Morning. Bit of a change of scene today. We're in Dorset and it's a beautiful day. It's been raining solidly for 2 days and it's really nice to be out in the sun. Quite nippy still, hence the scarf, but it's going to get warmer and I've got all day to have a look round here. Really pretty change of scene. I reckon probably 20-30 acres of parkland, pasture here, and then there's a road just there, and beyond that is a floodplain adjoining a river. So I'm going to try it here first. Got no idea what to expect. As a general rule, keep your expectations low, then you can't be disappointed. So many times I've come to new places thinking, God, I'm going to find loads of stuff, and it really hasn't really come to much. Anyway, this belongs to a friend of mine who sold the house, and he's got these fields which are part of it, and he's convinced there are Roman and medieval hoards here, so I've come to find them. So, Jules, I'll see you at the first board. Here's hoping. Let's go. Got the Deus with me in light mode as always. I'm going to start on the hot program with the reactivity lowered to 2.5 and see how we get on. I've got my puck out with the speaker system, etc., and the earphones, so I can easily switch to the deep mode if I feel I need to, and keep an eye on the numbers, which means I won't just be digging up foil and coke all day. Right, first signal about 30 seconds in to my foray, and it's a musket ball, very close to the surface. I'm basically gonna dig everything to start with. I mean, that was about 1 inch down, so that's probably quite a good sign. I have no idea about this field. I'm not even going to think about gridding. I'm just going to wander around quite aimlessly to start with and see what happens. But that's a good start. Well, as I hope you can hear, there's a lot going on here. And lots of very punchy signals very close to the surface, which I would usually sort of ignore. But since those 2 musket balls, I found another one, was so close to the surface, I can't really. Lot of iron. I'm trying just to keep my ears open for really wispy. I'm going to leave that. Really wispy, deeper signals, but spoilt for choice at the moment. But it's very mineralised ground. You see, there's a lot of those going on. Let's have a look. I'm afraid I don't dig the neatest holes. I don't dig a lot of pasture generally. So it's I think I can see it. Quite a nice buckle. Don't think particularly old. Slightly nicer than the normal ones of that sort of age. You can see the sort of slider there. Not bad. The American elections are going on at the moment, and frankly I don't really care who wins. And the world's gone completely bonkers. If you're watching this years later, it's the beginning of November 2020, and yeah, the world's gone mad. But it's nice to get away from it all completely. And well, we couldn't have asked for a nicer day. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Anyway, I found a really good signal here. It's very, very loud. this has obviously not been detected on in a very long time, if ever. There's stuff everywhere, and it's close to the surface, a lot of it. So I can't just ignore these loud ones near and hope and just seek out the wispy deep ones. Big tarpaulin ring. But while we're here, I've just found this. It looks to be, well, big button shaped, but it's heavy and very recessed. And what looks to be a shank was actually much more big and irony. It broke off when I tried to clean it. I mean, that looks to me quite sort of arts and craftsy, sort of late Victorian. But I've really no idea. Little pistol ball, almost on the surface. Little harness ring, smaller than the average, not quite crudely made. I think that's quite early. It's not very symmetrical. And this quite nice Georgian buckle. Again, not particularly deep. That looks to have quite nice design on it. So there's stuff here. Well, I've not found anything much earlier than possibly Georgian in this field. So I'm going to have a quick go now in the adjoining one. This strip here goes all the way up there, probably about, gosh, looks to be about 200-300 yards. See what's happening there. I grew up on an arable farm in Hart, not a sheep farm in Dorset. So I know nothing about these sort of beasts, but he's rather fine looking. He looks sort of prehistoric. He's a little lame in his back legs, poor chap, I've just seen, so that's probably why he's kneeling down. But he's got the most incredible wool, quite handy on his front knees. Right, we've got our first identifiable coin. It's either George III or William III. Don't think it's George I, and I should know if it's George III or William III because they're 100 years or so apart, if not more. I think it's George III. I think it's a GK. I think it's a KG3. Don't know if you can see that in the light. But anyway, it's nice to find something identifying these fields to a definite date so far. So, good. Well, it's a shame I didn't record that because I think this is the most interesting thing I've found so far today. It was deep. It was at least 12 inches down, if not more. And it didn't give a particularly loud signal to start with, but it's made of lead, and that's why it was so easy to find so far down. It's got raised dots like you'd find on a lead token, separated by lines. The shape of it looks like to be like the top of a poker, or with some sort of stem coming down like that. But then the design's on the other side. I've no idea what that is. Definitely something, and it looks like something old. All those raised dots, do you see? See, if that was just flat and smaller, I'd have thought it was a lead token, but it can't be because it's sort of conical. Anyway, well, that's good. Answers on a postcard, address below. And while I've got you, Please do subscribe if you're liking these videos. They're fun to make and they do take a bit of an effort, and it's lovely to see people hit that red button, so thank you very much. Oh, it suddenly got really cold when you're not in the sun, and I rather wish I hadn't taken my scarf off. I've got something down here and I thought I'd better give a live dig because I've dug a few quite interesting things up in this section here. Just in as it becomes shade, we're going up the hill a bit now towards these woods, where apparently there was some sort of Roman activity at some point. It's quite a sharp signal. It's perfect conditions for this, for the dais today. There's obviously been just the right amount of rain over the last 2 or 3 days. The smallest things are absolutely chiming out. Whatever it is, it's out. All my live digs have been rather boring so far today. Let's hope this breaks the dock. No, it doesn't. It's a bit of lead. Ah! Well, a bit of lead with some metal in it. But meanwhile, while I've got you down here, here's a few more bits and pieces. An old spoon. I know nothing about these, but it looks quite, it must be pewter of sorts. I think this must be a furniture fitting, but it's quite ornate. It looks like the sort of thing that holds the handles. But if anyone thinks that might be a mount or something, let me know. And then these, which I don't think are particularly exciting, but I know some people do. These early cartridges, not just one in very good condition, but 2. That's quite nice to find. Also rands, thimble, butter and a bit more lead. But the point is, there's certainly a lot here. Well, that was good fun. We found a lot of stuff, nothing particularly exciting. Nothing award-winning, I don't think, but really nice to be somewhere completely different. And for me, it's quite nice to do pasture. The dais has been absolutely, performing really, really well. The conditions are perfect. I'm finding the smallest bits and pieces, well over 8-9 inches down, just with the hot program, reactivity 2.5, running on 17. Kilohertz, and it's been really good fun. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day now. I've done 3.5, 4 hours. Nice and sunny. Things are going to change again in the next month, and I wonder how much we'll be able to get out. So to be here now is really special. Anyway, thanks Jules for letting me have a go on this, and I'm going to call it a day. And see you next time.